Aloha, this is Jen with Little C's Creations, and I'm doing a tutorial today for the greeting farm. The last tutorial I shared was showing you all how to cut a greeting farm digital image using the eCal program and cutting it on the eClips machine. Today I'm sharing with you how to cut a greeting farm stamped image using the eCal program and cutting on the eClips machine. Now what I have already done is I stamped my image on a piece of cardstock. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and what I'm doing is I'm opening the feature which is called Scan2Cut, and on the Scan2Cut this little window will show up and the instructions is on the left hand column. And basically what it says is that it's telling us that this instruction will guide us through the steps needed to scan and cut, and that I'm to place my image on the mat, and then with using a pen I'm to make 4 small marks around the image that I want to cut, which will be used as the registration marks to align the laser to when we are going to cut it out. Now each mark should designate a corner of an imaginary box around the image you want to cut. If you choose not to do this, you must use the 4 corners of the mat in step 5. Now basically all you got to do is follow the instructions that are listed here on the side of the column, on the left side of the column. Okay, so when I am ready to bring my image in, what I did was I took a picture of my image, transferred it to my computer simply by using Facebook Messenger. Now I'm bringing in the image that I saved to my computer, and I clicked on load image to bring this image in. So now you're going to see that it's going to appear on that screen, in the small screen that we had, and we're going to take the square I'm going to take the squares and line them up to the paper piece on my mat. So we're going to do all 4 corners to match up with the corner of the paper. After doing this, I'm also going to change the size of my paper that's located on the right column where it says custom, and I'll be changing that to 8.5, 8.5 to 5.5, 5.5, and then I'm going to click next. After clicking next, you will see that this button, there's 4 different cross stitch colored crosses, and what you simply need to do is move these cross stitch to the dots that I drew in that are now on the mat. So I'm just moving the red, the green, the pink, and then the blue to the 4 dots that I have on my image. After this last movement of the blue cross stitch, I then click OK, and you can see the image is now on my main screen, showing the size of the cardstock as well as the image with the dots that are on 4 corners of my image. Okay, the next step, you're going to click on the trace feature, and you want to be able to trace the item so that it can be cut out. But as you can see right now, it shows that these red outlines is where it's cutting out, and we want it to be cutting a border around the image and not all the lines in between. So what you're going to do is you're going to up the contrast of the item, click update preview, and now you can see that it does an outline of the image now. So you want to click OK, and you're back on the main screen, and the outline that is showing is really not that bright, so you can go to the color palette and change that. I'm changing it to yellow so that it is able to see a little bit better. And then from here, I'm going to click on the wrench so that I can change the border of my image so that it's cutting out slightly above the image itself. And I selected shadow blackout, and now you can see that it's going to cut a little border around my stamped image. Okay, so now I click on Cutter and I'm going to select Print to Cut. At this point, what I need to do is I need to align the laser, which is on my machine, with the 4 dots that's on my mat. So let me switch cameras so you can see exactly what I'm doing here. So real quick, all it's doing is registering both the top left corner and the bottom right corner and preparing my cutter to cut the image out. And now it'll just cut out the image, and you can see that it does it really quick, really easy. It even cuts out the registration marks that I put on my cardstock. So there you have it. This is the image that I cut out on my eClips machine using my eCal program. Thank you again so much for watching. This is Jen with Little C's Creations. I hope you have a blessed day. Bye now.